I gifted my father a lavish getaway to a high-end resort and $15,000 for his birthday. He didn't utter a word of gratitude, just offered a faint smile. Then he dropped a bombshell. My sister is now essentially the sole beneficiary. My mother added, "We've transferred everything to her, officially." I responded quietly, "Grandma doesn't agree." 2 days later, certain accounts were frozen, legal papers were discreetly revised, and their attorney reached out to me first. Grandma sat beside me, her lips curling into a knowing grin. When Dad opened the envelope, he didn't react. No shock, no awe, just a calm tilt of his head, as if I'd handed him a grocery list instead of a booking for a week-long escape to a luxury retreat in Bali, his dream destination, paired with a check for $15,000. Mom, seated next to him, flashed her usual strained smile, the one she saved for when I outdid my sister Lila. "How thoughtful of you," she said, her tone suggesting my gift was somehow a burden. Then Dad leaned back, tucked the envelope away neatly, and delivered the words that made my stomach drop. "Your sister's basically the only heir now." I froze. "What?" Before I could wrap my head around it, Mom chimed in. "We've signed it all over to her, officially." I sat there, the lavish dinner I'd paid for turning bitter on my tongue. I'd driven 5 hours to be there. I'd spent months orchestrating this surprise, dipping into my savings, because despite everything, I still hoped I mattered to them. Staring at their smug, distant faces, I said softly, "Grandma doesn't agree." Mom's spoon halted midair. Dad's smile flickered. 2 days later, their lawyer called me. "Hello. We need to discuss something," he said. Grandma was next to me sipping her tea. She leaned closer and whispered, "Time to fix the documents." She smiled, and for the first time in ages, I did too. Growing up, I believed devotion was the price of love. I paid with compliance, silence, and sacrifice. Lila, though, paid with mere existence. That was enough. She was the cherished child, the one Mom nearly lost during a complicated birth, the one whose pictures adorned the living room in multiple frames, while mine sat in a single faded album in a cupboard. When she cried, she got gifts. When I cried, I was told to grow stronger. No matter how much I gave, it was never enough. When Dad's company faltered during the pandemic, who sent $12,000 to keep it afloat? Me. When Mom needed urgent dental surgery and didn't want to touch her travel fund? That was my savings too. They never asked outright. They didn't have to. A phone call, a heavy sigh, a subtle remark like, "Well, I suppose we'll have to skip our vacation unless something miraculous happens." I became that miracle, time and again. Meanwhile, Lila was off discovering herself in Fiji, Peru, and Norway, one meditation retreat at a time. Can't tell the full story in a short video? Open the channel to hear the complete story.